Previously on Sims Survivor. At the immunity challenge, Leon won his second individual immunity competition, securing safety for himself from Tribal Council. At Tribal Council, it came down to Annabella and Abigail, both tied at 2 votes. However, unfortunately for Abigail, she became the second member of the jury. 9 castaways remain, who will be voted out next. Hey everyone, welcome back to Sim Survivor. Unfortunately, Abigail was voted out at the last Tribal Council. I'm still shocked that she was eliminated. I expected her to go really far into the game, but unfortunately the other castaways had other plans and used this opportunity to blindside her. Going into today's episode, we have both an immunity challenge and another Tribal Council. I'm intrigued to see if Leon's going to be able to keep up his streak, or if someone new is going to win the challenge. And will Jocelyn and Steven finally use their hidden immunity idols at Tribal Council? All of that will be revealed this episode. So, without further ado, let's get into it. 𝗶 and Jocelyn are talking about the aftermath of Tribal Council. There's only 3 girls and 6 guys left in the game. There could very likely be an all-guys alliance taking them out one by one. So if I were these girls, I would want to cause some rifts amongst the guys and hopefully get rid of one of them at this upcoming Tribal Council. Because if they want to survive in this game, they need to work together. They can't be picking each other off. I know Abigail and Annabella were voting for each other a long time, but it's like they just need to stop doing that. So I think Annabella might have a better chance moving forward because Abigail was a member who's constantly voting for her. So I'm just waiting to see how it all plays out, to be honest. The last few Tribal Councils, Khaled and 𝗔𝗫𝗄 have both been voting for each other. So I'm wondering if at this next one they're going to take the shot and attempt to get the other out. Because if somebody's consistently voting for you, that's not good for your game, because all it takes is 1 or 2 more extra votes onto the other person and you're very likely to get eliminated. I'm really impressed by Luke's social game. Last Tribal Council, he was almost eliminated, but this one he got 0 votes against him, so I think he's definitely stepped up his game and he might be a threat moving forward because just his ability to bounce back after that is pretty impressive. And Tengu survives yet another Tribal Council. Dylan was able to survive with only getting 1 vote against him from 𝗶𝗫𝗄, but he is still in the game. He's made it to the top 9. So I hope he can keep it up because I want to see the Tengu go as much as possible. So he is the last standing member, but he just needs to start making big moves in the game and get rid of the people who are targeting him. It is now time for the next immunity challenge. Today's challenge is called Cards Tournament, and here's how it works. For today's challenge, you will all be divided randomly into 3 groups of 3. In each group, whoever is the winner will advance to the next round. The final 3 who were advancing from their individual groups will compete in a game of cards. The winner will win the immunity challenge and will be safe from the next Tribal Council. I have randomly generated the groupings, so in our first match we will have Annabella, Leon, and 𝗔𝗫𝗄. In our second match we'll have Steven, Luke, and Jocelyn. And in our third match we will have Khaled, Dylan, and 𝗶𝗶𝗄. In round 1 we have Annabella, Leon, and 𝗔𝗫𝗄. And after checking round 1, Annabella has won the first round and will be advancing to the finals. In round 2, we have Steven, Luke, and Jocelyn.
Oh, card duel. Root that.
And Steven has round 2. He will be advancing to the finals with Annabella. In round 3, we have Khaled, Dylan, and 𝗶𝗶𝗄. And because Khaled and 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗃 have both put away their card decks, Dylan advances to the next round by default, as he is the only person still holding cards and the only person still capable of winning this round. In our final round, we have Annabella, Steven, and Dylan. The winner of this round will win immunity. And just as Annabelle puts away her card deck, Steven has won immunity. He will be safe at Tribal Council tonight. After 25 days in this game, one of you will be the next person voted out, but it will not be you, Steven. For the rest of you, I have nothing more to say. Head back to camp. I have to say, Steven's probably in the best position in the game at the moment. He has individual immunity, so he gets to save his hidden immunity idol for next week. If he chooses to, he could use it on one of his closest allies if he feels that they're in danger. But regardless, he wields a lot of power in this game. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with it. Leon, unfortunately, was unable to win another immunity challenge. He is vulnerable going into the next Tribal Council, so I'm questioning about whether or not everyone else is going to take this opportunity to get rid of him if they see him as a physical threat moving forward, or if he's going to be able to slide by based on his social skills. 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗃 is still the only person in the game who has yet to receive a vote against her. Last time I mentioned Abigail not receiving a vote against her, and she went home, so it's like, I don't know whether or not to comment on 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗃's social game, because I do think she's playing a great game so far, due to the fact that she's just mediating between everyone, and she's not really anyone's target, but I don't want to jinx her, because I want to see her go further into the game, and yeah, I just think she has the potential to really make it to the end at this point, due to the fact that she is not on anyone's radar, but she's also getting rid of a lot of targets vote by vote. So I wonder who Jocelyn's going to vote for in the upcoming Tribal Council. She and Steven have been voting for each other for the past few votes, but because Steven's immune tonight, I'm wondering who she's going to shift her target to. She also still has her hidden immunity idol, so I'm wondering if that's going to come into play, because if Steven can still vote for her, maybe other people are going to vote for her, and maybe she's going to be forced to use the idol in order to save herself. It is now time for Tribal Council. Before we begin, we will now bring in the members of our jury. Alyssa and Abigail, who was voted out at the last Tribal Council. Without further ado, let's get to the vote. Leon, you're up first. We'll now tally the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol, they'd like to use it, now would be the time to do so. I will now read the votes. First vote, Leon. Annabella, that's 1 vote Leon, 1 vote Annabella. Khaled, that's 1 vote Leon, Annabella, Khaled. Jocelyn, that's 1 vote Leon, Annabella, Khaled, Jocelyn. Ismail, that's 1 vote Leon, Annabella, Khaled, Jocelyn, Ismail. Dylan, that's 1 vote Leon, Annabella, Khaled, Jocelyn, Ismail, Dylan. Annabella, that's 2 votes Annabella, 1 vote Leon, Khaled, Jocelyn, Ismail, Dylan. Dylan, that's 2 votes Annabella, 2 votes Dylan. 1 vote left. 10th person voted out of Survivor and the 3rd member of our jury, Dylan, that's 3. That's enough. Please come bring me your torch. Dylan, the tribe has spoken. 8 people remaining in the game. Every decision you make from this point forward will impact your chances of winning. That's all I have to say. Head back to camp. Have a good night. And that concludes another episode of Sim Survivor. Oh my goodness. Annabella survives yet another vote. She literally is the Alyssa now of surviving votes. But there are no more original Tengu members. We just have Makani versus Way2. It was a lot of votes all over the place in this tribal council, but I'm somewhat shocked to see that Dylan was the one who was voted out. They had the perfect opportunity to get rid of a huge power player, aka Leon, but they did not do so. Thank you so much for watching this series. It honestly means the world to me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Are you shocked by Dylan getting voted out? And who do you think is going to win the season? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and see you later. Bye.